Hello everybody, my name is Roxie Rose and welcome back to Fausts Alptraum. Now, I did actually record a further 2 hours of this game without turning my microphone on, so I do actually know what I'm doing for the most part. To be fair, I didn't actually get that far ahead because I got completely stuck and then wandered around like a helpless child for hours. So, didn't really miss all that much. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna get back into this. I have the clock hand and the fish's eyeball. You might notice I'm a little bit faster because I kind of worked out that if I eat the candies earlier, then I actually get a bit more speed. And then when it makes a noise like that, that means I can't eat anymore, or I can't, make the light any brighter. But up until that point, it's not supposed to make a noise. So first thing, eyeball here disappears. So someone's been watching me in the kitchen. I haven't worked out who. And yeah, this guy appears right outside the kitchen. So yeah, we're gonna go from here. So a sculpture made from plaster. It seems to be clutching something in its hand. Remove it. Yes. Metal wire. Now. Yep, this is the point where I need to leg it. Cute. Just through there. That should be good now. Yep. A fallen sculpture. Cute. Now then. Something seems to be stuck on the other side of the keyhole. And I have a few strands of metal wire. You picked up the key from underneath the door. Living room key. Open that. Right. Not even kidding. The first time I did this, it took me like 30 minutes just to work out that I could do that with the wire hook. A few pieces of paper were carelessly tied together. There were messy scribbles on them. Also worked out this chapter is called Puss in Boots, not In Puss Boots, as I originally read. Because I'm daft. Daft like that. Puss in Boots. There lived an ordinary family a long, long time ago. When the father passed away, he left behind a house to his children. He left the mill to the eldest and the mule to the second eldest. The youngest was left with nothing but the cat and the farm. I guess I can only skin you and take your fur to the market. The youngest had run out of money. The cat spoke hastily when it heard those words. Please don't do that. I will repay you in kind if you show me kindness and give me a pair of shoes. The youngest was curious, and so begged a pair of old boots of a passing cobbler. The cat, now shoed in boots, followed the youngest to town. The townkeeper refused to open the door when it started to rain at night. Crunch, 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 crunch. The cat in boots ate the townkeeper. The youngest changed into warm clothes and spent the night in comfort. The writing trailed off at the edge of the paper. What is this? Huh? You're being stalked. By Senior Kitty. There are worse things to be stalked by. Tea was still warm. There's a few things in this room. There was a note in the photo frame. Get note. Just remember what this one is. Ah, yes. This one. Yeah, that's another puzzle that took me like an hour to figure out. Because I'm dumb. Riddles for children. Mary was an apple girl. She was going to give the apple to a hungry cat at home, but bumped into a starving mouse along the way. Although she really wanted to give the apple to the cat, she couldn't let the mouse stay hungry. What should she do? Give it to the mouse. The mouse ate Mary. The cat ate the mouse. You ate the cat. Everyone was full. The bottom drawer opened. There was a beautiful golden key inside, but upon further inspection there was a thick coat of paint on the metal. Golden key. Thank you. There's paper and ink. Do you wish to make a record? I certainly do. Make my life easier. A pond could be seen from the locked window. She could see a pool from the glass on the door. An empty hook. Second brother. Big brother. Only one person is listening, a young and beautiful girl. Who is that person? Who? Who is that person? Just an old man. A piece of paper was unfolded and laid out on the books on the lower shelf. Its edges were yellowed and about to tear. Got map. Thank you. The map is actually not incredibly helpful, since it doesn't fill itself in at all. Golem. Golem means an unformed being, or baby in Hebrew, the language of the Jews. Kabbalah, puts forth the notion that power is instilled in all letters, words and numbers. Mankind would be as gods and create animals and other life if they harness this power. Interesting philosophy, that. Not one I can personally agree with. Key on the floor. A key that had fallen on the floor labelled left on the first floor. Gold key with thick layer of paint. Okay, I'm going to do this in a slightly different order than I originally did it in, since I actually know what I'm doing. Because in this basement there is a giant vat of acid. The liquid bubbled and frothed. It looked quite dangerous, as if it could melt anything. And it can. Particularly paint off this key. Dunk the key inside. Yes. Iron key. That's what I need. And I don't think I can open any more on here. Although, hang on, I know where the iron key goes. I'm not sure about this one actually. So there is another door. That's open. Display room. No. I think it might actually call the first floor upstairs. Yeah, it's upstairs. I know the door at the back doesn't open. I haven't managed to open that one yet. So no point me checking that again. Yeah. I'm wondering if there's different terminology in terms of what you guys would call the first floor. Because for me, the first floor is the first floor of the house. But I've noticed that that's also called the ground floor. But in some cases, the ground floor means the, like, the first floor to me. Oh, that's so confusing. Like, you could have a basement layer or something. I don't know what I'm on about. Just ignore me. Oh. Oh, left. I've gone right. First floor left. Oh my gosh. What am I doing? There we go. I can't believe I went right. Actually, I can. Do you know, I actually have the best sense of direction out of everyone in my house. Given how I am, it's hard to believe. A sparkling exterior shines but for a moment. Only internal beauty will endure throughout the ages. Read the door label. Yep, and that's this one. Opened it with the key. Thank you. I forgot it did that. The ink spilled all over the table and all the colours mixed together. That's important to the puzzle. Matches. Thank you. Japan Overture, Immortal Thorns, The Prisoners of the Wall of Lilias. Interpretation of dreams. A person's mind will not simply create new faces. We have met previously all those we see in dreams, but may have simply forgotten them. Philosopher's Stone, Volume Medicina Parium, Mystical Union. Bedtime Tales. I asked my brother to store my eyes in the glass jar because it was scary at night. There aren't many lights. Any lights in? Paper, make a record. Certainly do. Locked. 4 numbers on the tumblers on the lock. I have actually written this down because it took me an hour to work this out last time. Yeah, there we go. That's it. I'm not going to explain how I worked out. It's to do with this. And you get a roll of parchment elsewhere, which I actually don't think I've picked up. Now that I think about it. Oh god, I thought someone turned the lights out. Oh my gosh. There's no firewood in the furnace. Now then, someone ran away from me up here. Where are you, child? Oh, here we go. The youngest fell in love with a prince warbling outside the window, but the town castle doors were locked and guarded by a monster. Hello, kitty. Hee, I've got a kitty companion now. There was no pointer on the clock face. There shall be shortly. Turn the hour hand to 4. Yes, please. Now, I do believe we've got a show to go and see. But I'm going to clear this out. It followed her. It seemed to scare off the mice. This cat is amazing, by the way. Matches. Thank you. And chocolate. Chocolate's the root of all evil. That's what my stomach says. It was locked. And my diet. Queen! The cat shivered at it. Ooh! I know I've never checked things with the cat in tow before. Matches. Matches. Long, ominous corridor. Woo! 2 rats on there. I do kind of need to get to that window, though. Oh, right, yeah, they're not going to move because of the cat. Had night already fallen? Basically, I just wanted to trigger that dialogue option. I don't know what happens if you don't trigger everything. I've wandered around here enough. Okay. The show starts at 4, and that's upstairs, I believe. This is where the music that gets stuck in my head starts. There's nothing here. In the picture, the Holy Mary was holding a baby who only had a body and no head. Oh, don't knock, please. I just want that. Thank you. I know what happens when I read the book, which is... It wasn't locked, but yet the window wouldn't open. A landscape photo of a seaside scenery. A reflection of my face in stern expression. Cabinet made of redwood. It was locked. Oh right, I can't open that yet. A thin, exquisite volume was placed in the crack. The colour of the book's jacket was the same as the diary on the table. Okay, I've got no choice, got to read this. An old book that was bound exquisitely with care. 25th. Grounded today. Maybe grounded all winter. Mother is very angry. 28th. Sybil comes every day. It's not necessary, but it seems the brother asked Sybil to do this. 29. 30. 31. Started snowing rather early this year. Keep snowing and just bury this place. 1st November. Successfully ventured outside. Heart still pounding, but need to clear off the snow by the window first and hide the clothes one outside. I slipped out through the hole in the fence this dawn. The streets were already white, completely different from how they were last month. Frost covered everything and every snowflake hummed a happy song. Henrich is waiting for me by the window. 2nd. 3rd. This is... whose diary? Marguerite. The voice behind her had come out of nowhere. The black cat was faster to react and vanished with a soft humph. It took a while for the word to register as Elizabeth was so busy escaping from those white locks. Marguerite. Eh? Mother's? Elizabeth looked askance at it. Why are you looking at me that way? I'm not the one going through people's diaries. The demon's lip curled, belaying its innocent tones. My mother lived here? Elizabeth asked. Oh, she was your mother? The demon paced around her slowly, staring at her fixedly like a reptile. What do you think? This room is pretty nice, right? Your room is on the other side. It's also very pretty. Why don't you just stay and live here? The cloyingly voice filled her ears, and then suddenly just faded. Back to this song that gets stuck in my brain. Check it saves diary. The page showed my wear and many had fallen out. 4th November. Sybil gave me a letter from my brother. 5th. The snow was piled up outside the window. The imps passed by the window, but ran away when they saw me. 6th. I can't play the piano properly anymore. Sounds all form the same melody, but everyone keeps encouraging me to continue. I get scolded if I miss even one day. They say this helps me because I talk more often now, and sometimes even smile when it's sunny. But I know that isn't the case. It's Henrich's voice, calling out to me in the sunlight. It's his voice singing an ode to the flowers instead of the piano. Melody plays in my head whenever I think of him. Marguerite. 7. 8. We met in the night. This must be a gift from God. Even my heart feels as if a spark has been set too long dried out kindling. What if I burn up? It seems as if I've seen his face in my dreams a long, long time ago, even though we've only seen each other a few times. I can still feel the weight of his eyes on me even when I close my eyes. He said he can take me away from here, but as long as I have you, I don't care where I am. 9. 10. A key with a wooden handle was stuck to the bottom of the book jacket. Wooden handle key. Thank you. It's exactly what I need for this lovely red wardrobe here. It opened with the key. Formal dress. Thank you. Some items can be worn. A piece of paper on the ground. Paper fragment. And here is an exquisitely bound book. 11th. Mother is angry. She forbade me to see him. Why? Her eyes were as cold as a north wind, and she didn't say a word. Why? 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 12th. The window has been locked from the outside. The imps run around inside because they can't go out. 13th. Someone opened the door when I was playing the piano, but no one was there when I turned back. I ran away from the piano in terror. I'll never touch it again. 14th. It hasn't stopped snowing for a month. Heavy snowdrifts have accumulated on the window, and the panes are freezing. The imps create a ruckus in the house when night falls. 15. 16. I don't want to write anymore, but Mother says keeping a diary is good. Why? Why? 17. 18. 19. Sprouted. 20. This is my home. It's on a hill facing the sun. They built a large greenhouse next to the house and filled it with red garden cosmos flowers that bloom every October. It's a pity they're stuck in a flower bed. Wouldn't it be nice if they were free to form a sea of flowers on a grassy plain? But surely they're dead by now. The wind and the snow are so big and the sun can't be seen. 21. This is my home. It's on a hill facing the sun. There's a large greenhouse next to the house and it's filled with red garden cosmos flowers that bloom every October. It's too bad they're confined to a flower bed and pruned when there are too many. But surely they're dead by now. The wind and snow are so big and the sun can't be seen. 22nd. My home, on a hill facing the sun. There's a large greenhouse next to it with red flowers that will bloom in October. Too bad there aren't many and will be pruned. But the wind and snow are big. Can't see the sun. They must all be dead. 23. On a hill, October, pruned. Can't see the sun, must all be dead. 24th. Can't see the sun. 25th. The sun. 26th. The sun. The sun. 28. Imps ran into the kitchen. There's broken plates all over the floor. In the kitchen. Lovely! Head made from plaster. Oh my god. That was just as terrifying as the first time that happened. Okay. I do need to make a trip down to the kitchen. A fallen sculpture. The head is missing. Here we go. I'll be needing that. Broken plate fragment scattered the floor. Plate fragment. Yeah, statue's gone. Was there anything? Nope. Okay. I think the imps are just permanently in the kitchen. Making noise. That's fine. Back up the stairs. Time to pay a visit to my room. It was locked, so that's not my room. It's the next one. Here we go. It was locked. Dark outside the French doors no matter how one looked, like it was all fake. It's because I believe it is, dear. Opened it with a key. There was birdsong, but no sign of a bird. It's very pretty out here. Not like the first time as well. Matches. I really hope the song's not copyright. Probably is. A locked safety deposit box. There was a featureless doll placed on it. Because I've done this before. Draw to mouth. Yes. Use the plate shard to draw a rip in the cloth. Insert the fisheye into the doll. Yes, please. Slip the fisheye into the doll's face. The safety deposit box opened. Painting. Thank you. A price list was printed on the bookmark. This is the next code. I've got that written down as well, so I shouldn't have to work that out again. It's amazing how much progress I can make when I'm not running around like a headless chicken. Chocolate. Locked safety deposit box. The door was engraved with start with most expensive. 2. Got my spade. An exquisitely bound book was buried beneath the shovel. 30th November. The fireplace has been burning all day. The room is still cold. 1st December. The body's growing bigger, and it calms me when I gaze at it. 2nd. There's something in the room. 3rd. I don't want to take the medicine anymore. 4th. So cold. 5th. What to write about? 6th. Can't stop. 7th. There really is someone in the room. So cold. 8th. So cold. So cold. So cold, 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 so cold. 9th. Must think of a way out. 10. Must think of a way out before the snow stops. 11. I can hear his voice. 12. Sybil is here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25. 23 is missing. I wonder if that's significant. 26. We left Mother by the pond. Crunch, 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 crunch. The cat in boots ate the jailkeeper. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The cat in boots ate the guard. Crunch, crunch, crunch. The cat ate the beast guarding the door. It's one badass cat. Okay, what have I got? Picture frame. The iron key. My memory's starting to fail me now as to where I need to go. I think it's down. Where was the picture frames? That's the kitchen. I don't need to be in there. Is it in here? I think it was in here. Yes. Hang up the picture framed in the wooden frame? Yes. Little brother. The sounds of something being opened travelled from outside the window. A pond could be seen from the locked window. The door on the other side opened. And into the kitchen. They're still making an absolute ton of noise in here. Oh, I was doing so well. Nice serene garden. The fresh flowers were covered in small bugs. Lovely. The dirt had been disturbed previously. Let's find Mother. There are traces of disturbance in the soil. Dig it up with a spade? Yes, please. Yellow gem. Thank you. Sybil. Bracelet. A piece of old, tattered paper barely legible through the traces of dirt. Crunch, 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 crunch. The cat in boots ate the monster. Blood. Oh. The indignity of it all. Anywho. Carrying on. Just one more thing to do, I think, and then I'm completely caught up to where I got to. What took me 2 hours, I've pretty much done in half. It was locked. No. Who's there? The hole suddenly flipped open. It was a child's voice. Someone is... Running footsteps sounded behind the door before she could finish. The door was still locked. Is anyone there? Elizabeth called out. The door swiftly cracked open, revealing nothing but darkness. Who's there? That's what I want to ask. Despite thinking that, Elizabeth still responded. I'm Elizabeth. Excuse me. Huh? Who's that? Who is it? 2 other voices that sounded exactly the same rang out. She said, I came in here by accident. Do you... Weird people can't come in. Who is it? Can't come in. Another voice chimed in. We're having a very important party. Weird people can't come in. You have to have some manners. Do you want to come in? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror first? Marguerite was always dressed nicely. Huh? Do you want to see her? Then let her in. No, we can't. You can't wear that thing to a party. Hee hee. At least change out of that ugly dress. A small smattering of footsteps. I shall change as you wish. Change into the dress, yes please. Will this do? She wanted to knock, but quickly withdrew her hand in fright as the mail slot suddenly opened. It was pitch black inside. The child's voice finally sounded after a lengthy period. Not really. It's alright. But then anyone can come in, right? Huh? Waiter. Ah, she almost said it. Elizabeth muffled her mouth in horror. So we still can't let you in. Weird people can't come in. But I'm so bored. Can we go out? Go where? Outside, duh. Why outside? I don't want to. You? Yes, you. Do you want to go out? Do you know how to? Through the front door, duh. There's no such thing. Who knows? There might be. No one can know this place better than us. Maybe it's behind this door. If you bring something cool, we'll let you in. We like pretty things. Do you have any? Huh? I don't... Is anyone there? She couldn't hear anything, even with her ear pressed up against the door. Looks like they'd run off. Who ran off? I just want to get away from that mouse. I'll give you a pretty thing. Is anyone there? There was no answer, but the mail slot flipped open with a quick schlick. Elizabeth inhaled sharply, but still peered into the darkness with relative calm. She didn't want to stick her hand inside, so only pushed the rock in and didn't hear it fall to the ground. A long silence. She brought it. What now? It's here. She could make out hushed conversation. I don't care. I'm so bored. Let's play a game. A scattering of highly hysterical laughter. Come on, let's play a game. Ah? Hide and seek. You know how to play, right? It's hide and seek. You're it. What? Bam. She almost fell into the doorway as the door opened suddenly. They're children. 3 figures fully a head shorter than her scurried out. They've got hooves and tails. Her eyes only caught the hems of their shirts before they swiftly vanished down the stairs, leaving behind only the echoes of their laughter. I'll have her back to the jewel that had just been thrown in. Cute. An old and worn leather book. Old diary. 16th November, Nebel. Marguerite's situation is quite strange. She hides herself in the blankets and starts at every sound. I can't even go into the room. Dr. Wagner seems to know something, but as usual tells me nothing. We were relieved when her condition seemed to improve a few days ago. Now it seems to have been a lie. 21st November, Scheinen. I braved the snow to come to the hospital and happened upon Dr. Wagner. She had cancelled her plans because of the weather. Marguerite still hides behind a firmly shut door, and the occasional teary sniffle makes its way out. What on earth is wrong? She's been like this before, but would break out into a smile whenever she saw me. 30th. The heavy snow has halted traffic, and the doctor is worried that his studies will be forced to terminate if more supplies do not arrive soon. What kind of research is it that causes him to always have to cover large distances to source material, instead of obtaining it from nearby towns? I'm happy to help if it helps Marguerite's situation. Despite saying this, the doctor still refuses to let me enter the cellar. Weak-looking patients continuously emerge from the door. Perhaps it's better if I stay away. 4th of December. I hurried to leave the hospital while traffic was still moving. Though Marguerite's condition is very concerning, the situation isn't improved if I continue to stay there. It's been like this from the start. She could always see things we couldn't, or talk in languages we couldn't understand or answer. Mr. Valentine believes she's intentionally causing trouble. I wish they would understand, otherwise Marguerite will never get better. 5th. No one at home expects Marguerite to come home anymore, or perhaps the hospital is her home now, and the doctor who's been a constant presence since childhood is her mother. Ah, the memories are barely there. When I was as lost as a stray cat, she was the one who smiled and extended a hand. She's the reason why I exist today. I'll definitely go back and visit, with flowers. I'm willing to do anything for a glimpse of her smile again. D.B. Sybil. Chocolate. It was locked. The label next to the door read data room. It wasn't locked, but yet the door wouldn't open. Matches. A small hand axe. The sound from the phonograph stopped as soon as it was disturbed. An old phonograph. Cool. Hello, kitty kitty. Nice to see you again. I need to go into my... well, not into my bedroom. I need to go into here. There were cracks in the floorboards like they would be easily broken through. The cat meowed as if worried it would fall down. Don't worry, kitty. We're not going to fall. There were cracks in the floor, like it would easily break if stepped upon. Hack at it with the hand axe. Yes, please. There we go. Down from here. Yes. Ooh. Book of Corinthians, Key of Solomon, the Odyssey. Metaphysics, the path to philosophy, the guide for the perplexed. I'm easily perplexed. Bring record? Yep. Thank you. Astrology and life. The Wheel of Fortune is a particularly unique tarot card. The wheel, comprised of 3 concentric circles, hangs in the middle of the card. The innermost one represents creativity. The middle one symbolises the forces of being, with the outermost one standing for the physical world. There are no symbols on the smallest ring, as creative potential is infinite. Yes, quite. The lock was open from the inside. Okay. Let's just shift this back over here. Dee, dee, dee. Can't remember if I need anything. Golem. According to Jewish legend, God created dust in the first hour, conceived of Adam in the second hour, formed Adam as vague shapes in the third hour, knitted his body together in the fourth hour, bestowed him features in the fifth hour, imparted Adam a soul in the sixth hour, and Adam stood on his own feet in the seventh hour. Some theologists believe that Adam was a type of golem, an empty shell, before God infused his body with a soul. Book of Healing, the 4 books of sciences, Ars Poetica. The books I can't pronounce. 7 sermons to the dead, memories, dreams, reflections, the Iliad. Doings of a spirit seer, demons, sphinx. Whoops. Forgot that moves. I need to get to the papers on top of that. Book of Law, Book of M, Book of Exodus. A few torn scraps of paper. 11 December. I visited the hospital again, and so did he. He called himself the doctor's research partner, but he seemed very unwelcome. I've seen how he interacts with Marguerite, and it's the first time I've seen her smile so happily at someone else, though I am loath to admit it, but perhaps he is better suited to keep her company than I am. Please respond to her loving kind, I implored him. 12. Marguerite is willing to meet with me. It seems that she isolated herself after she was forbidden to meet with him. After all, she is one of the research sponsors. His target is the doctor and me. Anyone could see that. Strange noises are emitted from the laboratory at night. Are there rats in this establishment? 13th. The weather has deteriorated so much that the trains have stopped running. It is my first night here. One short night has been enough to change my mind about this place. How does Marguerite endure such a sinister place night after night? 14th. He left after giving me the key to the cellar. I have no idea where he went after he left. The wind and snow show no signs of stopping. 15. Strange chattering sounds mixed in with the winter wind are coming from downstairs. I'll sneak downstairs for a peek when the doctor returns to his room. Put it with the old diary. The sound of song played by the record player comes from afar. Journey of Niels Kim to the World Underground. The Art of Palmistry. From Earth to the Moon. Volume Perineum, Paragonum, Opus Perineum. Blech. The Murders in the Rue Morgue, The Telltale Heart, The Fall of the House of Usher. Mask of the Red Death, Imp of the Perverse, The Raven. Something shiny was on top of the bookshelf. Although a bit tall, she could just barely reach it if she stepped here and... Oh dear, this is rather dangerous. The shadow suddenly flowed down. Locks the colour of black widow spiders swept Elizabeth's face. The demon smiled beneath its eyelashes in stark contrast to Elizabeth's wide-eyed stare. The black cat emitted a high-pitched screech and jumped away, snagging the dress in the process. Oh, darn it, not again. There was no way of knowing where to find it again. What? Who are you looking for? That fellow? I think you should refrain from spending time with that. Huh? It follows one around for no reason. It's quite serious and a bit fussy to boot. Throw a fit over the smallest thing. Better stay far away from it if you don't want needless drama. The demon cocked its head and nattered away incessantly. But it's the only thing that helps me, Elizabeth mumbled. Eh? What's that you say? No one here will help you? But I can help if you want. You only have to ask. You want this, right? The shiny thing was revealed to be a key when the demon plucked it. Here you go. The key was brought next to Elizabeth's face with surprising straightforwardness. This sudden gesture of kindness actually made her feel uneasy. I can get it myself, Elizabeth said as she withdrew her hand, to which the demon raised an eyebrow. Those purple lips smirked, and it didn't move back to give Elizabeth any space. All right, then, get it yourself. The key flew back up to the top. Now it was too tall to be reached even on tiptoes. If only someone could jump up there. Book of Splendor, Book of Creation, Book of Revelation. City of the Sun, Monarchy of Spain, Atheism Conquered. 70 books, Skeptical Cynics, The Book of Balance. Transformation Symbols of the Libido, Feminology, Answer to Job. And we're done, I think. Yeah, I can't move that. A scene that had been seen before, somewhere. It was locked. It was locked. Berliner Morgenpost, 5th May. The Waterpulse Sanatorium was founded in 1930 and sits in the picturesque mountain valley, providing a place of respite in a rural countryside that lacked medical facilities. It has recently garnered plans to leverage the government's subsidiaries in order to expand. Hospital director Diane Wagner is a scientist. When her brethren were troubled by the country's unrest, she noticed that the nation's true weakness lay, and decided to throw herself into medicine. Being cured isn't a matter to be ashamed of. The hospital director advised that facing problems head-on was the most effective cure. The doors to the Garden of Hope would forever be open to patients in need. Ironic, then, that it is next to a closed door. Make a record? Yes, please. Right. To do this again. There we go. Memo. 25th October. He came to visit the mayor's poor daughter. I don't know when they met each other. This is really quite devious. Is he here to expose me? Or to take away my benefactor? I know he's not interested in her. It's plain to see who he's really looking at. Here we go. Memo. 5th November. I had to say the triplets were house imps after Marguerite accidentally saw them. Ooh. That's the 3 little piggies. Ah, yes. Oops. Oh, enjoy doing this the first time. Oh, come on. Oh. She slides forwards a little bit. Memo. 30th November. Snow, come down hard and cover the tracks. But I'm running out of materials. This is getting quite alarming. Oh, you. Oh, thank gosh. Oh. Memo. 13th December. The mayor's eyes will be staying the night. Must lock the door. Record player tuned with a rolling sound. Turned. A well-worn and dusty journal sits on the table. A fountain pen sits between 2 of the pages. A bullet-pointed list starts at the top, but stains have covered a lot of words. The first couple of lines are crossed out for some reason. List. Jan. Public hospital blood supply is running low. Opportunity to lure back customers. Feb. Emma Wolfe, 7 pints. Hilda Bleh, 10 pints. April. Anne Blair, Huff, kidney and liver. Conrad Blair, win, discard. September, Adler Schumacher, other than heart. October, Paul Muller, Hans Muller, Pauline Muller, cornea. November, E. Blair, Mayer, Blair, Mayer. December, Marguerite Schon von Schneider. Flowers who bloomed at her side. Confess to her for me, give her my wishes, tell her she is lovely, and that night and day my heart pines for love for her. Reveal to her soul the secret of my flame, let it breathe out with you sweet fragrances. Speak for me, may she be acquainted with the passion she has roused, and of which my troubled heart has not breathed a word. Faust, the Flower Song. Hello, kitty, 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 kitty. What are you doing here? Elizabeth bent down, but the cat didn't run away as she had expected it to. Ah, yes. This is for you, she said. She took out the bracelet from her pocket, wiped off the dust on the bell, and gently put it on the cat. Woohoo! Right, we're about back to where I got to. Ah. Key with a label. Pink, your Schwicker record. Yes. Ah, right then. That's about all I've got time for this one. Anyway guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye! Thank you.